Um, Hi, Stephen. It's nice to meet you face to face, as it were, via the camera. I know we've spoken, and what I thought was very interesting when we spoke is that you're somebody who's moving into the mainframe in a change of career. So I think my first question to you is, what made you choose the mainframe?
Hi, thank you for having me. Well, so I started my mainframe search. I saw an ad on Indeed last year for this Franklin apprenticeship. I watched their videos and IBM and the students that they had and how excited they were. And as I went through the pre-apprenticeship training, just learning about the capabilities, like how powerful the processor is, the different aspects, sustainability, efficiency. That really drew me in and got me excited for it. And how just thinking like how much the mainframe powers like the world economy. And I like being the support of that.
Do you know what, Stephen? Your answer is so much better than mine, because my answer is I watched the film War Games when I was young because it had just come out, and that's why I wanted to. That was what drew me in. So I always ask people, they've always got their own reasons as to why. Some people went for money. Everyone's got their own reasons. So yours is, it's interesting because everyone's got their own reasons for coming in. I guess another question that leads on from obviously changing in career is, how easy have you found it to find information and skills on the mainframe and to do learning, and how are you finding it?
So through the pre-apprenticeship, part of the program is after we do the fundamentals of like learning about the mainframe, like commands and programming, and mostly in JCL. We do the Z-Explore program, and through that really found a lot of information. And now they have modules on assembly, and they have security modules. I have found a lot of resources on LinkedIn, a lot of newsletters such as yours. Just also IBM. Just really glad that they have continuing education on AI and automation and security. It does take a little bit of time and effort to do the networking. That way you find the information. You also have to put in the time to actually go study it.
I think, as you say, if and this is a great kind of message that you've just said there, that if you show that you're willing to put in the time to learn and find information as best you can, and then you go to somebody and ask a question, nowadays nobody is ever going to, the kind of the way that we used to be seen as dinosaurs and aggressive and unhelpful, all of that's completely changed now. It's a new industry. We're keen to help each other. We work together. We support each other. There's so many initiatives and training. So it's great, to speak to someone coming in to hear how that is. So that's something that's really, really good to hear. From what you've seen so far, is there an area that's really caught your fancy, or are you still gathering all your information before making the choice?
I'm really excited about KICS or CICS. I think I would be better at sysadmin, just because I don't have a lot of IT background. I was a career changer. I did work with the database, but not like, I didn't use any programming languages. Like, I just learned Python last year. But there's still a lot for me to learn.
Interesting you mentioned Python, because now a lot of people are using Python with the mainframe. So it's just interesting to hear you say that, someone new coming in, to hear you mention Python, because it's something that a lot of people are now using. So it's just interesting for me. One last question, because I'll keep it quite short today. As someone who's new in, how are you finding your job search? And is there anything that would you like any help? Is there anything that you feel is missing, or how are you finding it? I know you mentioned the Franklin apprenticeship there. Are you actually part of the Franklin apprenticeship scheme, or are you looking to join into the mainframe itself? Are you looking for a role currently?
I am looking for a role. The ideal way would to be go through an apprenticeship. That way I, as I say, earn as you learn. So I would continue my education, partly on the job, learning COBOL and the different, there's two different paths, the sysadmin and sysprog. Just there's not many opportunities, and yeah, I haven't had an interview yet. Just not many in my area.
I think nowadays, with everyone remote working, I know you're based in America, so hopefully after we've had this chat, I'm going to share your details in the newsletter if anyone wants to reach out and contact you directly. And hopefully someone who maybe will watch this and say, hey, we're looking for a new apprentice. The one thing we all know in the mainframe is that there's a skill shortage. So I think it's quite clear that you're quite diligent, you're quite thorough, you're keen to learn. And hopefully people will reach out to you. And it's just nice to meet someone new, keen to come into our industry. And yeah, just hear from you what's inspired you, what you've seen, and how your journey's been shaped so far. So that's really interesting. I'm not going to take up more of your time. What I will do, though, is your details will be in the newsletter if anyone wants to reach you. I'll tag you in there, and hopefully someone will, even if they just reach out with some tips, you know, or
Okay.
maybe, hey, why don't you look here, or have you tried this? The one thing with this mainframers community now is that we're all trying to help each other. So hopefully someone will reach out and we can help. And if anyone who's also looking, wants to share any comments in the newsletter or add any questions, or we're a community, let's come together and help each other. So Steven, thank you very much. I know it's quick, but I just wanted to get a little bit of a feel for someone who's coming in new, how you find our industry, how you found the training, what training you've been doing, and where you are now. So to recap, you've done a lot of the IBM training, you've done the Z-Explore program, you've been learning all the skills that's needed. And really what we need now is that someone just wants to come in and just take you on as an apprentice, and you're, I think, someone who's quite keen to learn. So I'm sure that someone out there will be able to put you in touch with someone. So thank you very much for your time. And it was really, really interesting to just scrape the surface of what it's like for a new entrant coming in, and hopefully by talking to you, it kind of clears the mud from the water for other new hires as well, as to things that they can do. I know mentorship's available. IBM have lots of training. You're already doing Indeed and LinkedIn for job search. So it's a very, hopefully this is a very interesting short video that people looking to join the mainframe can use. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.